NYC.com with your vocal tip of this particular week. Today's lesson is on trying to get compression, really good vocal compression, so that your mixed voice notes sound big and chesty and full and warm, and they don't sound too heady. I'm not a big fan of the bridging early thing, because I tend to these mixed voice notes here, the F and the B flat, between the F and the B flat 4, tend to start to sound a little too light, and by the time you get to the high C, your voice sounds a little too female soprano-y, like this, bridging early. For rock singing, what I do, it's too light. I need these notes, right? The F, between the F4 and the B flat 4. I need a big, full, and sounding like upper chest voice note, sound like a tenor voice note. For me, for someone like me, who is by definition a bass baritone, on the low baritone scale, getting these, the F4 and the B4, getting those notes between those two, big and chesty sounding, is a bit of a challenge. Tenors, it's easy because their voices sit naturally higher, so the F and the B flat are really not that hard for them. It's not easy, but it's not that hard for them to get those full sounding. Say someone like, take Lou Gramm from the band Foreigner. Those notes in here, very easy for him to make those sound very big and chesty sounding. But for someone with a lower voice like I do, that's a bit of a challenge. So, to sing something like, Feels Like the First Time, feels like the first time, feels like the very first time, right? And it feels, there's a B flat in it. Feels like the first time. Right? There's a B flat, A flat, G flat, E flat. The way I'm singing it anyway. I think it's a B. I think it's a half step up, but in my band we do it a half step down, so. B flat to a C sharp. Never again! Tough for someone who's a bass baritone like me. To get that to not sound heady. Never will again! Never again! Right? I had to work on that. And the exercise that helped me a lot in getting that was this particular exercise. On an octave scale, but it's done in 3/4 time, kind of like a waltz. And it's done with the EH, sort of that F sound, with the tongue sticking out. And what I'm doing is, I'm compressing down here, the abdomen. First two notes are looped together. It's like a swoop, 2 dots, swoop, 2 dots. Now you do it with the tongue out. And go for an EH sound. What this does is basically and sort of incites an almost gag reflex, not quite, but what it does is it really gets the frontal diaphragm and the pelvic diaphragm to compress. To really tighten and get those vocal cords to come together really, really fully. So you don't get a really heady, bridge early type of sound. You get a very full, compressed sound. I'll demonstrate from F3 to F4, so I'll be ending up basically in the F5 up here. And you'll see how I'm adding pharyngeal sound as I get towards the B flat, the B, the C. I'll add a lot of pharyngeal sound to carry my resonance up to the F5. The exercise goes like this. You look really stupid doing it, but it's really effective. By compressing down at the abdomen, that's sending a signal to the vocal cords to close. So by maintaining that sort of you get a very compressed sound that doesn't sound too light, too airy, too heady. Actually really easy to do without a lot of tension. I don't need a lot of volume. Hey! Hey! And they're actually easy to do. It gets me into that physical space that I need to be in for my resonance to rise up into my upper resonators up here in the cheeks. Hey! Right? Now, there's a variation of that. We stick the tongue back in and all that, but for this one, we'll just stick with this particular exercise. So you look really stupid doing it. But what it does is it gets you to compress here. By locking the tongue out, you go into a grunt formation physically with the body. And it's a workout. If you have undeveloped abs here, you're not really used to kind of compressing at the abdomen, this is going to be a tough exercise for you. But it's a really good one to work on. Here's the squeeze. That's what I'm doing here. Those little skips where I'm sort of letting go, resetting, is training my body a very complex coordination of compressed air, vocal cord closure, vibration, phonation. We're basically getting all three components of the RPM system, my new vocal system, RPM. Respiration, phonation, manipulation. Respiration, the compression at the abdomen. Phonation, the vibration of the vocal cord. Manipulation, engaging that pharyngeal resonator. quite easy, but that took a couple of years to develop. So don't expect to master it in 5 minutes or 5 days or even 5 months. It'll take a while to master this particular exercise. It's kind of a challenge, but once you do get it, it works really well to get these, the F4 to B4, really big and really full. So when I sing in that area, I don't sound heady, I don't sound weak. It sounds like upper chest voice, and you're not really straining. So, till next time, this is Kevin Richards from RockTheStage.NYC.com, soon to be RPMVocalStudios.com. Till next time, see ya.